good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Excuse the glare with the sun, but I'm gonna try and make this pretty simple and quick. I'm having issues with my heater not working. I drive for about 10-15 minutes. It takes a while to get the heater going. I'm doing this quick video, guys, to explain to y'all kind of the procedure you guys can go about doing on your 99 to 06 Silverado or 03 to 06 Silverado GMC, that kind of platform. So let's get started. My issue was when I would turn on the truck and drive around, it would take about 15-20 minutes by the time my truck actually started blowing hot air. And I want to kind of break it down for y'all. There's a few things that could be wrong in this scenario. You could have a leaking heater core, which in my case, that wasn't the issue. I don't have any coolant lying around, anything slushing inside the footwell of my passenger side. I have no fluid leaking on the ground as well inside, so that's not my issue, leaking heater core. The next thing is to be a plugged up heater core. I'll show you how you can double check if your heater core is plugged, but that's another symptom that could be going on if you don't have hot air. The third thing that could be is you're low on coolant. Another issue you could have is your blend door actuator, which in these trucks, in my case, I have a dual climate. Let me kind of flip the camera on to show you. So here's my dual climate. This is the driver's side, passenger side, of course. There's two blend doors in this truck. One is down here. I believe it's this little piece somewhere around here, this cable that's connected to it. Passenger is somewhere in here. You gotta take this piece off and kind of wiggle your way through here. Open the glove box and stick your hand through there and kind of finagle to see if it's working or not. That's one way of checking, but that's where that's at. Now the other issue that could be is this right here. This, your climate control system, your buttons, this could have given out, which is why it's not going to detect the, sorry for the glare, this could have gone out, which is not going to detect the heat change. If you're on cool, if you try to set the settings to hot, it's not blowing hot air, this could have gone out as well. So those are some of the few common issues on these trucks. Of course, I started troubleshooting with the easiest things first. On my case, the first thing I did was I double checked that the blend door is actually working. So what I did was, when you turn on your truck, go ahead and change this lever from cold to hot. And what you could do is put your hand where the blend door is. If you put your hand below the blend door, there's actually a little lever. I'll put a picture. So that lever there that I just showed you, you can put your finger on it down here. Put your finger there, and when you change it to hot or cold, you can feel that little lever rotate. And if it rotates, that means it's functioning. Now for the blend door actuator, it's kind of tougher to get your hands in there, but what I would go ahead and do is, like in my case, right now it's blowing hot air because I kind of fixed my issue, but what I could do is just change the blend door on the passenger side, put it to cold. And if I put my hand here, it's throwing cold air. So that what that means is it's actually functioning. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So right now it's cold. If I function this to hot, it throws hot air. Like I said, I knew this wasn't the issue because I already double checked when I would drive around for about 15-20 minutes, like I mentioned, my truck would throw hot air. So I started messing with these climate controls and both would change from hot to cold. So I already knew that the blend doors were good in my case, as well as this. If this was changing hot and cold, then I knew this AC system was working. Now let me go ahead and show you the other two issues that I decided to double check in my case. So let me pop the hood real quick. So unfortunately, in my case, I have two leaks. They're in that little Y right there. And over here, the two connections that go into the heater core, both are leaking. And what you can do is feel for these hoses. This hose is hot, which means there's coolant going into the heater core. And if you feel this hose and it's cold, that means you're not getting any return from your heater core, so it's not circulating through. So you probably have a plugged up heater core if it's not leaking inside your footwell on your passenger side. So this one in my case was cold, and I double checked my coolant system and it was low. I topped it off and my AC, my heater is not working, but I was able to figure out there's a leak on those two back connections and where I just showed you. Hopefully you guys were able to hear me under the hood of my truck. I was kind of describing what happened in my case. So like I said, you can touch both of those hoses. One is the inlet that goes to the heater core, and the one on the left side, it is the return line from the heater core. Now in my case, after I turned on the truck for a while, I checked the inlet, it was hot, and then I touched the outlet and it was cold. So that told me either I could be low on coolant. I guess it's not allowing a bypass well. It's not reaching into the heater core. I don't know. That was just kind of my basic personal understanding. Or my heater core is plugged up and I would have to disconnect those two hoses that go into the heater core and flush it out. So I didn't want to do all that just yet. I said, you know what, let me check my fluid because I could have a leak somewhere. Lo and behold, let me show you. I'll put 2 pictures here where my system is leaking. I'm gonna do a separate video on how to change all that, but I just want to quickly kind of show you a quick diagnosis, how you can figure this out to have a good start in determining why you're not getting any heat from your system. So I topped off my coolant, and I don't know how long this leak was going on, but I was able, good thing I was able to find the leak and determine what the cause of my issue was. So like I said, I'm gonna do another video on how to change out those connections that go into the inlet, and also that little Y fitting. I'm not gonna change hoses or anything like that. I'm gonna upgrade those connections because those are plastic. So I'm gonna upgrade to some stainless ones, and I'll kind of put a picture down below. But I'll do another video on how to change all that out and all that good stuff and do a little coolant flush. So hope this video helped you out, guys. If you guys are having this issue, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.